Peace. Welcome to Let's Talk with Marshal. We're playing a little music right now. We're going to be starting really soon. Tezra is our engineer. Try to get you a better shot. I can't control the lighting, guys. So. Hey, there's Mom. Let me see, invite. Let me see if I can add you on here, Mom. Adding, watching. It's fine. I was just trying. Mommy's watching. My mom is in the hospital feeling a little under the weather. She was supposed to be here with us today, but she's unable to make it. Yeah, we were going to do it live on Facebook. Yeah.
I gotta get that turmeric. My body is very bad.
I took a little bit of it. I'm trying to tell you, I feel great.
It's fine. I'm not going to because even Never said it was helping him. I'm gonna have to make sure I get in abundance next time.
Yeah, he came down one morning. He was like, "Can I get a shot?" I'm like, "What? Simmer down. What you asking for?"
When it's all natural, like yesterday, they all had some echinacea and goats even here. And I was like, "Yo, what you just on?" I was like, "I had two."
Makes you feel good. It gives you that first boost. We're talking about herbal. Hey, hi everybody. We're talking about herbal supplements, and Tezra brought some turmeric, some liquid turmeric, and I've been taking it, and I'm trying to tell you, it feels great. I really like it. You better get it ASAP. She said, "Get it ASAP. Your joints be hurting."
My joints do be
Lagad.
Oh yeah.
So my joints do be hurting. I'll put it on camera in a minute. Give me a second. Ignore the guy in the back. He's just here so he won't get fined. What are we doing now?
You gotta you know, it's unless you're ready.
Just do what you do. Tell me when. I'm good.
Yeah, so I'm sitting down, I'm doing time sheets. Finish my time sheets. I go look at my phone. I'm like, what's on it?
Facebook is freaking out, man. It's going in and out.
Is that still phone? It's so easy for you to get a phone now.
Chocolate.
Why don't you put it here?
Because I need to keep it plugged up.
Oh.
Can it reach over there and then with all of the mic stands and stuff in the way, I'm not going to be able to get her on until we are interviewing her. Then I'm going to just turn it and keep it on. Hey, Michelle! Hey, Karen. Thank you, everybody. We're just playing a song. This is the last song? This is the last song playing, and then we're going to get started. Hello. You work hard today? Do you ever work hard? Can I work with you? I was really serious. Nah. I I like what I do. Hey. I guess you guys think I should be entertaining you right now, but I'm trying to get my mind right. I was on 83 this morning, and I was on the highway for about an hour on 83 North going to work. My day was good, Michelle. Thank you, sweetheart. And when I get past the accident, it was a truck that had flipped. And I get to work, and I tell my supervisor, we were in the accident. I was passing an accident. What happened? And a little bit later, come to find out, the person that was in the accident was related to her and passed away.
Oh man,
it's rough, yeah.
When I first moved out Essex years ago, there's an intersection. It's 702 at Millborough Road. A young woman and her baby had got hit by a car. So there was one lady that came up. By the time she got there,
I know y'all can't hear Antoine talking. I'm sorry, he's too far from the mic.
That was her daughter and her grandchild there.
Oh
man!
Oh my goodness!
She got a call from the hospital on her cell phone
and had passed it. Yeah, it's rough.
And they be in a rush to go absolutely nowhere.
The crazy part about it was the person that called her didn't know she was standing there. That person had just walked away, like literally 5 minutes later, to call her. And I don't know if she was already standing there or if as that person was leaving, she was coming. But like I said, they had the sheets up, so she didn't know. And the girl called and said the daughter and their grandson just got hit by a car. And she was like, where?
You guys can hear Antoine talking?
Like, man. Needless to say, there was no comment.
Yeah.
Can anybody hear him talking? Hey, William. I love you. All right. I don't know how they can hear Antoine, so I don't know if the mic's alive or what, but they can hear you clear. Okay.
Turn my app down before that part comes, but she just sang that woman part.
Hold up. What's she trying to say?
He's saying you are now listening to Let's Talk Fashion on the Worldwide
Turn the main one down. Turn the main one down. Go ahead, turn the
What's your flavor? Peace, family. Welcome. Tapioca. I don't like tapioca, but it just sounds good.
It sounds disgusting. If you look, it sounds like you had a bunch of beads around
lumps.
I don't like my cream of wheat like that.
I don't like oatmeal and cream of wheat.
So
I don't like any of that. Just give me some
cold.
cold cereal. No, I'm just joking. I don't like milk. I am very finicky.
Yes, it's very hard to please you. It's been a rough couple of years in feeding you.
I don't like where this conversation is going right now. I'm easy to please. I just like what I like. That's it. Give me what I like.
As we all do.
Give me what I like. Peace, Tay. Welcome back.
Peace.
Taking vacation days. We haven't even been on the air 6 months.
No. Well, I didn't want to come on the air and be hawk spitting in everybody's ear. That was
okay. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
How you feeling now?
I'm better. I moved Saturday.
You moved?
Yes.
You didn't tell me.
Listen. Everything is not for every day, okay? You find out when you find out.
How was it?
It was wonderful. Yeah. It's something about having your own space that just gives you a sense of peace. Not that I wasn't at peace before. It's just that it's easier for you to deal with.
Be naked. I shall answer.
Naked.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because there was a guy that saw me in the kitchen. The kitchen window because I didn't put the sheets up, the little curtains up yet, and I just happened to just come down in my little nothing. And,
wait a minute, wait! You're flashing your neighbors already.
Listen, you gotta start early so they know what they're dealing with. You know what I mean? You gotta let them know. Boom! This is it.
Have you cooked yet?
Yes, actually this morning I cooked. So I went and bought these natural eggs. Well, not natural eggs, like eggs not natural. Fresh eggs from chickens that are local chickens. And I must say, I don't like eggs, but these eggs were popping. I made myself an egg and avocado and spinach sandwich with some sesame bread, and then I made Adia a eggs and turkey bacon and pancakes.
I'm stuck on natural egg. Like, what's the taste difference?
I mean, because it just it's kind of like when you get chicken that's made from people that make hormones, that feed them hormones and things like that. It's just a free range chicken that local chickens that were making eggs, were not making eggs. Well, yeah, producing eggs, and they taste really good.
You're the one that got me on a lot of holistic and natural remedies and supplements, and I'm trying to tell you, if you're not on to liquid turmeric, you want to get on to some liquid turmeric. It makes you feel
it's actually
phenomenal.
Turmeric extract.
Is it really?
It's turmeric extract. It's disgusting to me, but
oh no, it's good.
Well, to each his own. I thought it was gross. But
here we go.
It does really. It's beneficial to your especially if you have things like lupus or Crohn's disease. That it does help with your joints and things like that. So
it does.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm. You can get it from GNC and any of those places. I'm promoting anyone, but
yeah, you can get like the powdered turmeric. Mm-hmm. I can take turmeric and put it in your food.
The powder turmeric, yeah, that's what I do. I use it. Yeah. Adrian said, "Why is everything this yellow orange tint?" I was like, "Because it's good for you.
It's good for you.
I'm looking out for me and you.
It's the good stuff.
The good stuff. That and water."
Mm-hmm.
Listen. Well, okay, that's the show before hours. The show before hours, Best Buds, 5 to 6 on Mondays. You want to listen to them. I do not promote. I do not advocate. But anyway, no. What else were we going to talk about? I just caught a... okay. So I was saying this morning I was on 83, and there was a horrific accident on 83 this morning. So love and light to the families of the people that were... it was a fatal accident. So she said, come on. It was a fatal accident. So love and light to those people that were there and that lost their lives today. Mm-hmm. Today's show, we're talking again, perseverance and inspiration and wellness and noticing the signs and taking care of yourself. We don't take care of ourselves, the majority of us, the way we should. We don't pay attention. Your wellness checks, your pap smears, your mammograms, and all of those things are very, very important. And even to my brothers and the men listening, your colonoscopies and all your wellness checks. Take care of yourself. Even going to, a lot of things.
Dental issues.
Right, right. So we have to take care of ourselves. Make your annual exams, and if you feel something, don't say, "Oh, it's going to go away," because sometimes it doesn't go away, or it goes away and you don't notice it, and it's still there, and it manifests differently.
Yes.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick commercial, and when we come back, we are going to come back with our guest. We have to do our inspirational moment. I apologize. I'm rushing. Our inspirational moment is something that we do each show. And Tezra,
yes.
Are you about ready, love?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's do our inspirational moment, please.
So, a couple of weeks ago, for a number of weeks, I want to say my mother's been heavy on my mind. And anyone that knows me personally knows how much me and my mother do not we just have not had the best relationship. And I've been thinking about it and wondering, why she's still having it in my brain. And I spoke to, I want to say, 2 friends of mine, and one of them had advised me, you should reach out. And my reluctancy only stops me because I've done this in the past, and I did not get a positive turnout. It either would blow back up in my face, or the same thing that would happen would spiral again. And I'm too old for these, back and forth with anyone, mother or not. However, she is my only mother. I don't have another one. And I'm trying to find some way in myself to move past certain things, regardless of whether they've been recent or not, and just be the daughter and reach out to her. We all have these times and eras in our lives where we feel like, you know, the distance is needed. But sometimes, you know, closure helps with life. So I am challenging everyone, including myself, if you are having a discrepancy with mom, pop, sister, brother, whoever it may be, to find it within yourself to reach out for the benefit of your health, and if nothing else. Just to, you know, say that you reached out so you can know that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And if it turns out the way that you always figured it would, just like sometimes I may feel, then you just know that you did right within your heart. So that's the challenge and the inspiration for this week. To reach out to someone that you haven't spoken with in a while, to those that you may have an issue with, and you want to clear the air, if the air can be clear. And if it's just to say, you know what, you were on my mind, just making sure you're okay, have a great day. You do that as well. So, kudos to everyone that is trying to be a bigger person. Peace.
I hear that. I can say, I think, at least at this point in my life, I don't think there are any loose relationships. I don't think. That I'm a part of right now. I think that
that's wonderful.
You know, I'm quick to let people go.
I am too.
You know, and that's not always beneficial because I find that I've let some people go, and in retrospect, I feel like I should have worked harder. Right? Regrets. I don't know. It's how I felt in the moment. But I will say, don't let time pass you by. Because time waits for no one.
No one.
And, you know, it could be illness, it could be sudden, it could be whatever it is. So if you have it in your heart, if it passed your mind, oh, I meant to call, or oh, I should call, make that call. Do it.
Even if it's 1 o'clock in the morning and you know that they're not going to answer the phone, you still make that call.
Yeah.
Because when you wake up and you see, oh, someone called me 1 o'clock in the morning, let me call this person back. So yes, just finding that time and just do it. And sometimes you just got to be spontaneous. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Be the bigger person. Love yourself and others. That's it. Love yourself and others. And if you love this person, or if they're really heavy on your heart, reach out to them. And if it happens to be me, don't do it at 1 o'clock in the morning because I won't answer. I won't. You know I won't answer.
Yes,
you already know.
No, that's not true. I called you 1 o'clock in the morning while you were asleep, but after the ninth call. You got it. You were just like, all right, who is calling my phone? And then you saw it was me, and I was like, I'm a leaver.
That is true.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that night.
Oh, it was beautiful. And then he decided not to come.
Well, you know. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging in there with us. We're going to take a quick commercial. When we come back, we're going to come back with our special guest. And talk to you in just a second.
Kesha and I have survived all of these years because I learned to be the bigger person.
We'll be right back. Hey, Erica.
Only because
Hi, Edwin. Thank you for listening.
I wasn't taught to be the bigger. I was very petty for very long. I was very petty. Those are the best kisses. Those are the real I love you kisses.
How many are you playing? 1 or 2? One? Okay. I'll be right back. Aiden. Yeah. This Marsha and Aiden, you guys join us.
In the meantime, I'll sit in. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for tuning in and Let's Talk with Kesha live on the Worldwide Flavor Network. We are still looking for other shows. You see, this is why. This is the problem right here. Get off. Alright, Kesha's coming back. I gotta go.
Justin on the Worldwide Flavor Network.
Knock your chair all the way over here.
Okay. You don't stand behind me. Okay. You know. Hey, everybody. So we're going to come back with our special guest, Mommy. I'm sorry you're not here. My mom's in the hospital. My mom's in the hospital. You guys send her some love and light. She'll be joining us soon. I'm going to get her rescheduled. My mom is, whew, listen, I know that everyone thinks that their mother is thebomb.com, but my mother is truly, truly my Shiro, man.
She's actually my mother.
Yeah, she can be.
No, she's actually my mother. She didn't want to tell you this. She hid her pregnancy all those years,
right,
and all those months.
Right,
it was that long of a pregnancy.
Okay,
and she
thank
had
you,
me
Tiffany.
In the basement.
Yeah. So anyway, moving right along. She would agree with you too.
She would. She's like, yes, that's exactly what happened.
But mom, cancer survivor, double amputee, former tenant association president. Erica says she's my mother too. My mom is truly, truly phenomenal, and I wouldn't be half of who I am without her. So I love you, Mom. This is my girl.
You actually wouldn't be none of who you are because you wouldn't be.
I just chose another vessel. See, I'm very determined.
You would have had the opportunity.
I don't like where this is going. They always jump on me.
That's the thing. Y'all might have ended up sisters for real.
I can't see that it would be any different than it is now. I mean, really, except we would have just known each other longer.
Or you could have been my sister.
Whoa,
that would have been awkward. That would have been awkward. You okay? As soon as the song goes up. Thank you, A. Michelle. I did not want to do this Facebook thing. This camera in my face is making me feel all kinds of
on me. I like
What's the song about?
Layla. Layla. She is so smooth.
That's not who I was thinking. I don't know who I was thinking, but I wouldn't say that.
Let me test this out real quick. Yeah. Oh, I'm not going to break it. Alright, I'm gonna just have to move it back and forth.
You got a good height with it?
No, I just have this thing
Raise it
here.
up?
But it's on the, I'm sorry, this is not gonna work.
Boy, Ted just sit it on top of the speaker.
Alright, I'm gonna get it, guys. I'm gonna get it.
45 seconds.
Okay. Do you have a copy of your book with you? Do you have a copy of your book with you?
Yes.
How much is it?
For you?
Yeah.
10.
For everybody else, it's $49.
Look, plus 6% sales tax. We good?
Right. Wait. No. I don't know why these songs have like 20 seconds of
You can just
nothing.
double click right under it.
Nothingness.
You don't have to wait for that.
Are solely those of the individuals involved and does not represent those of Worldwide Flavor Network and Live365.com. Worldwide Flavor Network is not responsible and does not verify the accuracy of the information contained on any live or recorded broadcast available for listening or listening.
All right, repeat everyone. Today's show is sponsored by MAM Records. Enjoying a private concert birthday party with J. Raw with special guests. Surprise. Private concert. You don't want to miss this event.
And we're back. Our special guest for today. I'm so happy that you're joining us. I really am. Miss Crowder, again, I'll just state Miss Crowder was supposed to be on air with us. She is in the hospital. We're going to reschedule. But making it with us in studio today is Miss Marsha Turner. Hi, Miss Marsha.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me.
Our pleasure. Also being joined by her beautiful boy, Aiden.
Hey there.
Hi, Aiden. Hi. Miss Turner, let's talk a little bit. First, how was your day? How were you today?
I'm better today. We're good.
We're good?
We're good.
All right. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Where were you born? Where?
I was born in Harlem Hospital in New York City. Thank the Lord for the little Korean lady who turned me around because my mother and I don't make it. And then we moved off my Hill.
Okay.
Went to Easton High School.
Mm-hmm.
Moved back to New York. Graduated from there. I always wanted to be a nurse since 4 years old.
Wow.
But life just took you in different directions. Okay. I started college. Meanwhile, I had my daughter, and you just, life takes you all around. At 32, I received a scholarship to go to LP school in Brooklyn, New York, and I went for free. I got my LPN license at 32.
32 with a child.
Yes.
All right. Make sure they understand. That's a baby.
But I had a caring family who took us in just like we were one of their own, and they kept us until my daughter was 10 when we moved to Baltimore. Because I was in New York, I just was crazy. And I felt better here because I had family and friends to help me. So then I came back here and started working at the old Providence Hospital.
Liberty Heights.
Yes.
Wow.
And while I was there, I learned how to do all the things the RNs did. And I wound up working in the emergency room and doing everything that they did. And they would say, well, you're an LPN, we can't pay you this and that and the other. But yet the doctors fought for me to learn everything and be certified like the RNs are. And along the way, I decided, okay, let's try this school thing one more time. Little by little by little. At 57, I went to Baltimore City Community College. And at 59, I graduated with my RN.
Do you see that?
It was a struggle, but, you had family and friends. And with only one child, I don't know, other than by the grace of God, how people do this with more than one child. Back in that day, it was a different era. Now, no. And my daughter pretty much self-sufficient, and she could handle herself, but yet I had people looking out for her. And I had a crazy cat, which kept her in check while I was not at home, But, and at Providence, we worked, the staff worked together. If I worked on the weekends, one of the girls who was off would take the children of the staff that worked and kept them over the weekend. They learned how she would come to the hospital with me on the weekends, comb people's hair, give them water, feed them, that kind of stuff.
Nice.
So that gave her an idea of what I was doing all day long, even though I was working, And it gave the children a chance to see what your mother does and appreciate what you do. So 57, 59, I graduated. I was working at the Baltimore County Detention Center, which you never work in a jail. Get that. I did. Best job I've had.
Really?
I enjoyed it. We helped them design the building, and I was going through while I was working there. Once I finished, the lady who trained me and who was my supervisor, she went out on sick leave. She said, I wouldn't be the director of nursing until I came back. She never came back. And there I was. And the company that had the contract, they lost the contract. So they didn't want to keep any of us that worked there. They laid us off. And they hired some other people. I knew the girl that they hired to take my place as the director of nursing, and I said, a couple of months, I know her. She'll be there. They called me 3 months later. Can you come back? I went back for one day. They never took my keys. They never took anything from me when I left the first time. My office was just like it was when I left.
Wow. 3 months later?
And I said, okay. I went to New York for the weekend. They called me. I got there on Friday, went to a party, got home late. They called me. Nobody's coming in for the afternoon shift or the night shift. I said, oh, really? So I drove back. I went to work at 6 o'clock Saturday night, and I didn't get off till 11 o'clock Monday morning. and I had numbness and tingling in my face. I went straight to the doctor's office. He said, go home. I was home for 6 weeks. And I never went back. I went to Baltimore City Community College. I promised them I would come back as a tutor to help. And I did. I volunteered for a year. And they hired me. And I've been there ever since.
You're doing that now?
That's what I'm doing now.
Wow.
In the meantime, life is taking you different directions, okay? And I stayed at Baltimore County. I left there, then went to Baltimore City Community College, and I've been there. In 2012, my church and another church had a weight challenge. And the person who was in charge of it was Monty Sanders, the guy that trained Ray
And
Lewis.
Monty.
Okay. And I said, oh, I can do this. I roll, I hand dance, I can do all of this. Okay, so it's a piece of cake. At the end of the 30 days, I could climb a flight of stairs without feeling short of breath. I said, maybe I better keep this up. I had lost 15 pounds. Very small group of people. Monty is so encouraging and supportive. I'm the oldest person in the class, but in May, if I hadn't lost the 15 pounds, I would have never felt the lump that was in my breast. I felt one lump, but when they did the mammogram, there was 3. And I had had 2 cysts removed during my lifetime, and I said, oh, 3 strikes, this is it. And it was. But my goal was, let's get this over with, get it done, and no weapon formed against me is going to prosper. We are getting this off of here. That was in May. I didn't have my surgery till August, and my complaint was, what is taking y'all so long?
Right.
Well, get this off of me.
Right.
But the main thing you have to do, you have to find the best possible medical team you can have and have the best faith and confidence in them and yourself to go ahead and do what they told you to do. My doctor was Miles Harrison from surgeon who had worked with me at Providence Hospital, but when he left there, he became a breast cancer specialist.
Wow.
So I knew that was the person to call. My orthopedist sent me to his friend down at Mercy Hospital. You need to see him too. And the person at Mercy told me, going back up there with Miles, don't come down with me. You were in best hands, okay? And it worked out well. The morning of the surgery, my dad, who is 90-something, and my stepmother, they drove down from Delaware. The surgeon came in and he said, Marsha, do you know there's a party going on out in the waiting room? I said, there are 20 people out there just for you. Wow. I said, okay, well, let's get this show on the road because I got things to do. He said, well, I'm going to keep you in the hospital overnight. I had 3 other people, two other people other than my daughter, who were all in the room with me all night long. Okay. And you doze off, and I never had any pain, and I wasn't scared. When you first see yourself in the mirror, you know, it hits you. But my thing was, okay, it's off of me, I'm done. But that's not it.
When you were first diagnosed, that's something I wanted to ask. When they first said, okay, you felt the lump, you went and got it checked, there are 3 lumps. What is your initial thought at that time?
My initial thought was, I've got this, and you all got to get this off of me, and I'm not going out like this.
Okay.
I'm not going out
Warrior
like this.
spirit.
My mother was a 16-year colon cancer survivor without chemo, radiation. All she had was surgery. But she lost the part of her intestines that reabsorbs the water, so she couldn't go anywhere because she would always have to go to the bathroom. And, you know, we had a house in Cape May. We had a potty thing in the back of the van, you know, so she could use it. But I just knew that this was not what God had in plans in store for me, that there was something I needed to do. And I couldn't leave her by herself, you know. So I had to get it together. So it went on. I was home for 2 weeks. My best girlfriend, who I known since the first day of high school in New York, came down from New York the Saturday before my surgery. She stayed with me till the Sunday before I went back to work. I didn't move from out the recliner to do nothing, absolutely nothing. You have to realize there is a fear, but you know, God tells you not to be afraid. He didn't put you here for fear. You had to come either around it or over it. and move on, because on the other side of that fear is where you're supposed to be and what's out there for you. I've lost one or two friends along the way, which one of them was very devastating to me. We had matching bracelets, and I was going with her for her chemo for 6 months before it was my turn, and she had her surgery the week before I had mine. So I knew what to expect, you know, but what I didn't expect was the chemo to damage her heart to the point where instead of being 50-something, she became an 80-something-year-old lady, and she died. That hurt me a lot. I could not it just never. And we would talk during the week, but we also talked every Sunday morning before we went to church, you know. So it's, you have to learn to adjust to that factor that you may lose somebody along the way, but you become so thankful that you're still here. And it's not, I'm thankful that it wasn't me. It's, I'm thankful that I'm still here, and you feel for them, you know. This has been a whirlwind ever since I was diagnosed. The treatment is changed from when I first had the first 2 lumps of biopsies. They don't put you to sleep and do that anymore. So you have to get things done. And you go for chemo. Everybody responds to chemo and radiation differently. I didn't get sick other than for I had that metallic taste in my mouth. You had to eat with plastic utensils. And the only other bad thing I had was I felt like my teeth were going to fall out. And I called the oncologist, my teeth, they're getting ready to fall out my mouth. I'm in so much pain, it's going to hurt. Get a Claritin. That's for allergy. Take the Claritin, wash. Okay, I went and got some. No more problems.
Wow.
I would sleep through chemo. Music. Jeffrey Osborne, Manhattan, all that good stuff. I had my headphones. I had my support bear. And they would come with me sometimes. They would give you Benadryl. Once they gave you a Benadryl, I would sleep. Next thing I know, the 4 hours were over. It's time to go home. And you would have to go home and sit down because you felt very restful and tired.
Aiden, I wanted to ask you, as a daughter of a survivor like yourself, what was your initial reaction? How did you feel when you found out?
I was actually with her at the hospital.
Okay.
When she got diagnosed. And she was just walking through. She wouldn't say anything. All the thing she said was, you have to take me upstairs for the MRI. And I said, okay, but what's going on? She still wouldn't say anything. And I'm looking like, MRI, what is going on? She's still not saying anything. So we go upstairs for the MRI, and she walks by, and I just see tears in her eyes. And she's going to the bathroom, and I'm like, do I say anything? Do I just be quiet? You know, you just don't know. So you just kind of let her take the test and wait and see what the doctor says. And so once the test was completed, we got the diagnosis. And it was scary. It was scary because you don't know just how bad it really is, you know.
I can say it seems like Miss Marsha is very similar to my mom, because my mom, at least in front of me, was stoic. Like, I was waiting for her to break down, to you know, and she never did. She never did. And, you know, I guess, because I'm not a parent. I'm assuming as a parent, you want to be as strong as you can, you know, for your babies, you know. That's a deep one.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And when they did the biopsies, they told me, we'll let you know. And I'm saying, let me know. It was a holiday weekend.
That was the longest weekend ever.
The longest weekend. And then when I called them on Tuesday, well, we sent everything out of state, and when they get back to us, we'll let you know. I'm saying, we got to move on here. Finally, by the end of that week, he told me. And like I said, I felt one lump, but there were 3. One in the front, one in the middle, and one all the way against the chest wall. And that was the deciding factor that you had to have the mastectomy. I said, well, yeah, if you got any one lump, I don't care. Mastectomy has got to go. And should I do both? No. One is enough. Okay. But it's, once we did that, I kept a journal. I went to one support group, and the lady, there was an elderly lady there, and she told me, keep a journal, it'll help you. And I did, not knowing that that journal was eventually going to become a book. I did not know that. There was nothing that told me that. And in the journal, you can write what you feel every day, how you feel. I was never angry. I just wanted to get things over with and the healing process and then move on. But even after that, you're constantly reminded, because you got to go for appointments. You got to have this check. You got to have that check. You're still going through all of your exams, like you were talking about colonoscopies and all of that stuff. And you were talking about the men too, because men do have breast cancer, and they need to realize not only that colonoscopy that they don't want to do, they got to get those breast exams. And the younger girls now, I'm saying younger because they're 73, 20s, 30s, and 40s, they need to be checked, because they're young ladies at 20 and 30 that are finding out they've got breast cancer. It's running their family, and when they're tested, there's something going on there, and they've got to be checked.
So at what point did your journaling turn into you authoring 15 pounds?
Okay, 2012. I finished my treatment in 2012. Until 2015. Something I read in a cancer magazine, and I said, well, maybe I ought to write something about this. And I went to an African American book festival up in Timonium, and there was a lady there giving a workshop on how to get started. I said, okay. So I bought a couple of books. I went to the workshop, and she had you write down what was the purpose of your book. What did you want people to know when they started it? And how did you want them to feel when they finished it? So I answered the questions, and if you wanted to, you gave her your information, and she gave you a free 90-minute session to meet with her. 3 months went by before I called her. She said, I have been waiting and waiting and waiting for you to call me. I spent a year with her putting the book together, and that was when I really realized that this was something that could help other people. We worked a year. She had a little lady out in Pasadena that did the proofreading. She had a publisher for me. Everything was right on time. The only thing we couldn't figure out, what was the title going to be and the cover. The 15 pounds, if I hadn't have lost the 15 pounds, I would have never felt the lump. And maybe by the time I felt it, it would have been too late.
Right.
So all I knew was when I felt it, it was in the same place where I had a cyst removed when I was 14, and it felt different. And that was when I knew. I felt it in the middle of the night. I called them the next morning. I need an appointment right now.
They got you in pretty quickly too, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, they know. We got to go. But it was a year's worth of love, really. And when I finally saw the book and the cover, that's when I knew. I said, okay, this is done. And I wanted to reach everybody. I have had people come up to me at church and other places. I have a friend of mine who was just diagnosed. Can she call you? It's that kind of stuff. I've given away more books than I've sold.
That happens to my mom. I think that you have that open spirit, because that happens to my mom a lot. They'll ask her to come talk to amputees, or just so many different things that she's worked in, but they're always calling on her. You just have that spirit where people
and we live in the same building, and I was president of the association at one time. But your mother is she's a whirlwind, and I can't whirl like that. I can't. My world is outside. When you're in that building, there's so much you can do in there.
Right.
And they need a lot of help. And I was working with her with her diabetes, but she's Shirley.
Miss Crowder.
That's what she is. But my goal was to get the book out there. But now the purpose and the passion is, I want my book to be placed in all the hospitals where you go for your treatment.
Right.
When you first are diagnosed and come in, I want you to be given a copy of my book. So it's a matter now, I need to either get grants or sponsors or somebody to help me pay for that. And it wasn't until 2 weeks ago somebody said something to me. you may have a problem getting a grant because nobody's giving up any money these days because of the way the economy and everything is. They're holding on to stuff. And then they told me, okay, you need to go to the hospitals, find out who runs the gift shop, find out who the social worker is, and get things started. How much can the hospital put up to help you? And it's a lot of work. And working with the nursing students, I tutor the nursing students, and that's a handful. So when I leave there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm like, okay, I'm tired. I can't do nothing else today. But it's a matter now. I've got to really push it.
Well, we'll put the information on the Facebook page and see if we can try to get you some volunteers to help, see if we can get some grant writers. You know, we have a network of people, and with Facebook, you never know who knows who that knows who, you know. So we'll definitely put that information out there and see what we can do to assist, because it's a great idea. I told you I didn't get a chance to finish reading the book, but I did read some of it. And your forward, I'll let you tell it. Your forward.
I go on a Capital Jazz Cruise every year, 6 times. Every night there's a jam session. Starts at midnight. You may finish around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. You go to bed. I get up at 7 o'clock, go to exercise class.
You see this right here?
And when I went the first year, I had all my hair. Went the second year, I didn't have my hair. And the person who runs the jam session was Eric Roberson. And he came over and he spoke to me. He said, "You cut all your hair off." And I had to tell him. And he just sat down and we started talking. His mother had 12 brothers and sisters. Out of them, half of them have died from cancer. So we had become very close. You know, his mother and father, everybody. His mother-in-law had stomach cancer. Gave her a copy of my book. I made her a silk flower arrangement. And when I wrote the book, I said, let me think about this. I asked Eric, would he write the foreword to my book? And he did.
It was phenomenal.
He did.
It was phenomenal.
And I had other friends write something to put in the book. Monty wrote a page for me. And that group, they are all so supportive. You know, one of the girls in the group works at a local hospital. She took 10 copies of the book to her hospital for me and trying to get her boss to do something to do that, you know. But it's hard. And at Northwest, I asked about the social worker. Well, we don't have one right now, or we'll see if we can put you in contact with somebody.
Never take no for an answer.
No, that's why I got to go back and, you know, really, I tried to put it on Amazon. I spent 8 hours, I forget that, but I learned something else last week about how to go around that and get put on Amazon, and I have to do it another way. Barnes & Nobles, 6 months before you'll want your book to be on the shelf, you've got to process the paperwork. So I'm going to do that this month and next month, so that by October for Breast Cancer Month, it'll be there.
So in the meantime, right now, if someone said to me, I was watching your show, I love Miss Turner's story, how can I get a copy of her book? What should I tell them?
What you want to tell them is to please contact me on my email.
Okay.
And everything is lowercase, Marsha.75Turner@gmail.com.
Marsha.75Turner@gmail.com.
Right.
Is it okay if I put that information on our page as well?
It's great.
Okay.
You can definitely put that on there. If they know where Baltimore City Community College is on Liberty Heights, they can come up there. I'm there every day. I keep books there.
Okay.
Last year before last, they gave me a book signing party at the school.
Okay.
And I have my picture is hanging in the library there.
That's nice.
So it's been an eye-opening experience.
Well, I really, really appreciate you coming. I'm trying to tell you this is right in line of what it is that we want to do. I will reiterate, anyone listening, please make sure you get your wellness checks. Yes. Talk to your spouses, your siblings, whoever is close to you. Gentlemen especially, get your wellness checks. It's life-saving.
And one other thing, if you've been diagnosed, don't be afraid to look at clinical trials, because there are so many clinical trials that will help you. One of the ladies I'm working along with her, she's trying to open a house for breast people to come and stay. She did clinical trials 10 years ago. She's fine. And now there's so many more, and they work, you know. So if you've been diagnosed and you don't know which way to go, take the clinical trial, you know.
We'll talk to your clinical team. Make sure you get the information that's right for you, and go with that. And that, please, I really thank you for coming. We definitely will have you back again soon.
Yes.
Your quiet assassin over in the corner, Miss Aiden. Thank you for coming. Teja.
I just wanted to add on how strong you guys are. I got a call. This is 2019. I got a call November, the first week of November 2017. My eldest sister. Shout out to Latalia Palmer. She's also another cancer survivor. She called me very calm, like, hey, how are you? Yeah. So, if you didn't know, I'm just letting you know. They found some lumps and gotta go in. It was just very nonchalant, and I was like, okay, all right, okay. I think I said okay well maybe 7 times. And then literally the very next week, my other sister, who is 3 years older than me, she called to tell me. She was just like, hey, what's up, what you doing? And I was like, I'm about to lay down. Mind you, I'm pregnant, and I didn't even get to tell her yet. I'm in the process of getting ready to tell her that I'm pregnant, and she's like, yeah, so I have cancer. And I was just like, what do you mean, Monique? What do you mean? She was just like, no, like me. I have cancer. And I didn't cry with my older sister because I was just like, yeah, she's, not to say that my other sister is not strong, because she's very strong, but we're so much closer. And just the thought of her having to go through so much, I was like, I gotta get off the phone and cry for a second. And I ran upstairs and I cried for like literally 23 minutes. I don't know if that was exactly.
I was gonna say 23 though. That's real random.
I don't know if it was exactly 23 minutes, but it was up there. And I don't know who was in the house with me. Maybe it was Leitra or Keisha, someone that was well, I think it was Markeisha. She comes upstairs and she's just like, no, but it's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be alright. And I was like, but what if it doesn't? And the whole time, like you saying, you didn't know what to say. I knew nothing. When I would go visit my sister in New York, this was, for a relationship where we always spoke, I had no words every single time. And even when I would call her, it would just be like, so, are you still alive? And not in those words, but I'm just like, do I prepare myself? Like, tell me what's going on. And just to hear her throwing up and hear her going through it, you guys are really, really strong to be able to just get through that and fight through all of that. So I commend you all, everyone, anyone that's going through any kind of dis-ease that's causing them to have to put on a fight. I commend you for getting through it.
Thank
you. You are a strong person.
But I met a lady at another book fair, and
y'all too.
And I went. She took a photocopy of my book at this book fair, and the next thing I know, I get a letter in the mail saying, "Your book has been nominated by the Christian Literacy Guild." I didn't have a clue.
Nice.
And they had the award in Texas in December, and I decided I wasn't going to go to the award show, but they sent me a letter and everything, so I had to have the little gold award put on the cover of my book, get books republished again. So I was very pleased with that. That helped a lot,
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Again, I really thank you for coming. We're going to put all of the information on the site. For anyone that may want a copy, you're going to email Ms. Turner at marsha.75turner@gmail.com. To keep in touch with us, it's Let's Talk with Kesha on Facebook and Instagram. Let's Talk with Kesh, Kes, on Twitter, because Twitter won't let me be great.
Kes or Kesh?
No, it's no H. It's Kes. Yeah, I don't.
Kes.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my new name.
Kate. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that. But thank you so very much for tuning in, everyone. We're going to leave you as we came. Spread
and I'll let
love.
you know about the second book. I'm working on it slowly.
Are you really? Please do.
You're in survivorship mode now, and that's a whole new bag.
All right. Please do.
Yes.
You're welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
Spread love. Teach peace. Be kind to yourself and others. Until we meet again, guys, be good to yourselves. Peace.
Peace.